Hello there you guys, welcome to another of my live videos. And Manchester United beat Everton by 2 goals to 1 today. Manchester United's first win since the Newcastle game. We we were won by 3 goals to 2. So Manchester United won today by 2 goals to 1 against Everton. We continue that impressive record against Everton as well in the current process. Now we've gone 9 meetings without losing to Everton. Eight games. Everton are winless now in 8 games in all competitions against Manchester United. So we do continue that impressive record against Everton. Last time we lost to them, as I said, at Old Trafford was back in 2013 under the David Moyes era, and last time we lost to them all in all was back in 2015. Under Louis van Gaal. But Manchester United won today by 2 goals to 1. The goals were from Paul Pogba. Paul Pogba also got an assist, and Antonio Martial. And Everton's goal was Sigurdsson as well. I thought overall the performance was very, very good in the majority of the game. The first half, I thought Manchester United controlled the game. Manchester United had chances. Also, Everton, had chances of their own as well. There was Martial had a couple of opportunities in the first half. Everton goalkeeper made a save. Sigurdsson had a chance in the first half. A header that was saved from David De Gea. Also, Everton had a few more opportunities as well in the game. There was a total 14 shots each. Manchester United created 13. Everton created 10 in the current process. But the first goal, it was a penalty. Martial had gone down in the box. If it was challenged, there was a debate whether it was a penalty or not. Martial had gone down. I think it was Martial. Paul Pogba took the penalty. Pogba had missed the penalty, but he had got the rebound at Paul Pogba to make it 1-0. I think it was towards the end of the first half as well. It wasn't long before the break, and then Everton, looked dangerous on the counter-attack. They passed the ball well. I thought Manchester United, majority of the game, controlled the game very, very well. We know Jose Mourinho went with 4-3-3 formation. This was an very important game. We had to win today. So now Manchester United played 9, won 5, drawn 2. Played 10, won 5, drawn 2, and lost 3 in the current process. So it puts us now 8th in the table. In the second half, there were chances. Everton had come out a bit more. Everton's best chance was Bernard in the second half. One of their free transfers. They got. He went into the box. He went round De Gea and hit the side netting. That was one of Everton's best chance. Also, basically, Manchester United could have made it 3-1 right near the end when Martial had run across goal, tried chipping the goalkeeper, but the Everton goalkeeper had saved it as well. Also, in the first half, Rashford had also had a disallowed goal from a rebound as well. That was disallowed, so that wasn't allowed as well. Let's think of the other chances. There was a few other chances as well. Lukaku when he came on, had a chance or two as well. But yeah, Everton had quite a few chances of their own as well. Towards the end of the game, 77th minute, I think it was, just before the 80th minute mark, Everton got awarded a penalty. I think Smalling took Richardson out in the penalty area, and Everton had got awarded a penalty. Sigurdsson, scores again. He continues his fantastic scoring record, against us, especially in his Swansea days, he scored a lot against Manchester United. Sigurdsson had tucked it well away in the penalty box, and that made it 2-1. And then a few substitutions being made. Jose Mourinho brought Lukaku on for Rashford, as we all know. He hasn't scored in a lot of games. As I said, he needed a rest, so he put Rashford in his position, but he brought Lukaku on. Mourinho brought Herrera on for Mata, and he played Fred today. Give Fred the opportunity as well. One of Jose Mourinho's last summer signings. He brought Lingard on for Fred as well. He brought Rashford on for Lukaku, and he brought Herrera on for Mata as well. Everton made substitutions of their own as well. But there were quite a lot of chances in the game, either end. Everton had their chances. Manchester United had their chances as well. But for me, he played well today. I thought, Martial, got man of the match for me. He's played very, very well. Martial, you know, scored a fantastic goal. You know, Paul Pogba got the assist. Lovely through ball from Paul Pogba to find Martial in the 6-yard box, and he plays to find his, you know, he scored a finest place finish, and that was a lovely finish. Martial is in a fantastic form, as we all know, scoring 2 fantastic goals at Stamford Bridge, as we all know, and he scored yet again today as Antonio Martial. Fantastic young age prospect, still needs to grow and develop more. When he gets older, he will be even better. I thought Rashford played well, you know, today. You know, he had I think he had a couple of chances himself. You know, he had one that was saved from the Everton goalkeeper that I can remember. So he played very, very well today. You know, I thought Fred played okay today. Martial played very, very well on that width as usual. I thought Luke Shaw did well. I thought majority of players today played very, very well for Manchester United today, as we all know. So we do, you know, we do continue that fantasy. We're the most team, you know, that scored the most goals against Everton. I think it's now 100 goals or 101 goals now we've scored against Everton in the current process. So we do have a fantastic record against Everton. We have got Manchester City coming up in a couple of weeks as well. But yeah, it's a very, very important win for us today, you know, to get league further up the table. You know, we know there's still problems at Manchester United. We know Jose Mourinho is still under immense pressure, you know, regardless of this result as well. But it was good to see that Manchester United did get the win today. You know, we got a fantastic Martial goal again, Pogba getting a goal and getting an assist. Pogba played fantastically well today, very creative and very passionate in that midfield. Hasn't really done well since he's come to United. We know he has the odd good game now and then. But for me, you know, Everton, you know, not a very, very good side, you know, considering the amount of money they'd spent, especially in the last summer window, spent in 80, 90 odd million pounds, 400 odd million, you know, in all the managerial areas. You know, they've got Marco Silva coming out now. They've got Marco Silva now there. Everton are not a great side, you know, considering the amount of money they spent. So basically, from their expectations, you know, they should be doing better than they are. You know, they did cause Manchester United problems at the time. You know, they did look dangerous. You know, they had quite a lot of chances of their own in the game. You know, the best chance they had were from Bernard, as we all know, hit the side netting. They also had a few chances. You know, David De Gea had to make a couple of decent saves. You know, as well. So Everton did have chances of their own as well. But I think Manchester United did play very, very well today. Everton didn't play bad. You know, they looked good in possession at times. You know, they did create chances of their own, as I said. But this is at Manchester United. You know, very, very important win. You know, we've got a big game coming up in a couple of weeks against Manchester City. That will be a very, very important game indeed. I don't know who we've got next. I will have to look. You know, it was a much better than this performance today was much better than Tuesday night against Juventus, because we all know Juventus controlled that game, dominated the game. Could have been 3-4, 5-0 if it wasn't De Gea in their net. But they have got world class players, as we're all aware of, as we all know. But yeah. But yeah, it was a much better performance than Tuesday night. So now we've got a win. We need to try now and get a few wins behind us and now go on a winning streak. We've got to try and do that, because we know it's 1 set forward, 2 sets back. You know, we've got to try and win his next game and then the game after. As we all know, we know now we're sitting 8th. We know we're so many points behind the top now. You know, we're not going to win the league, as we all know. But we need players. You know, these players need to you know, want to win silverware and trophies, and you know it's not happening. You know, at least we need to try and get to that top 4. You know, to try and get Champions League qualification. You know, for next season at least. But today was a very vital, important win, and we did get that win by 2-1. At the end, Martial should have really killed it off and made it 3-1, as we all know. So he could have had his name on the score sheet twice today. Could Antonio Martial. But yeah, it's a very important win. So Manchester United beat Everton by 2-1 in the current process. We know Romelu Lukaku's Everton's all-time top scorer with 68 goals. You know, he came on in the second half. You know, he had a chance or two of himself. You know, he could have got his name on the score sheet when he came on as well. But yeah, basically, you know, Everton's penalty was a penalty. You know, a few people telling me that Manchester United's penalty wasn't a penalty. You know, in the first half. But what I seen, you know, there's players saying he got the ball off Martial. Martial fell too easily. For what I've seen, it looked like a penalty to me. Um, Also, there was a handball in the game as well. That could have been a penalty appeal as well in the first half as well. So yeah, Manchester United win by 2 goals to 1. So that's everything to do today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. As I said, and subscribe as always, and take it easy. God bless, guys, and I'll see you all again very, very soon. Bye.